And I do want to show you, this is the reality of homesteading and having meat birds. This is the reality. It's not always joyful and happy. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. So today I'm going to bring you along with me as we do our farm chores for the morning and possibly even the afternoon and evening. First off, we need to go let the pups out so they can roam around the property and just keep us informed on what's going on. If anybody happens to come on the property that shouldn't, or any predators come, they will scare them away. So let's go ahead and let out the beagles. Alright, now that they're out, we're going to go ahead and head over to our newest meat birds and check on them, make sure they're all good, get them food and water, and then we will go let out the big meat birds. I have 5 of the barred rock babies in here and 2 bantams that are in here that I picked up a couple weeks ago. They are doing great as well. Let's head out to the pasture and let out the meat birds. Well, friends, they are all happy and eating, and I do want to show you, this is the reality of homesteading and having meat birds. This little girl right here, she can't walk. I noticed when she was trying to get out, she wasn't able to walk anymore. And this is what happens with meat birds. This is why you can't keep them past 8 to 10 weeks. Because their legs will just give out on them. They weigh too much and they just can't handle it. She is definitely a lot smaller than all the other birds, so it means she hasn't been eating or drinking for a while. I'm going to take her inside and do my best to help her, but chances are we might end up having to call her sooner than later because I do not want her to suffer. But this is the reality. It's not always joyful and happy. There are sometimes tragedies that come with raising your own animals, and this is one of them. So now I need to go ahead and take care of the pigs and the other chickens. So let's head down to the barn and we'll finish up our chores down there. Alright, it has warmed up enough that we can go ahead and start pulling out all of my tomatoes and put them in the back. I am starting to harden them off so that they can get used to the sun and also a little bit of wind. I am still keeping the really tall ones underneath the greenhouses just to make sure that they don't get knocked over with the winds, because we have been getting some pretty intense winds here and there throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them out. I've got them in the pump house right now, and I'm going to stack them over here underneath this greenhouse for today. So let me go grab them. Look at how beautiful these are. So these are the ones that I planted in February. And these little ones I planted in March. These are like this. These are the Sweet 100 tomatoes, and then these are my Roma tomatoes. So you can see the difference in what 1 month will do. They're a lot bigger, and I still have another month before I can actually plant them out into the big garden. So these ones will be ready for sure. I am concerned about how big these ones are. We will see. Hopefully they don't fruit or start fruiting before I get a chance to plant them outside. That's the one thing you want to make sure, is that they're not fruiting when you get ready to plant them outside. That can kind of stunt them a little bit. But they're doing really good. I'm happy with how well my tomatoes are doing. I did go ahead and stake the really big ones up just to help them grow straight up versus slumping over a little bit. But yeah, they're doing good. Here's some more. And look at, these ones are my peppers. This is a Big Jim, and this one's an Anaheim pepper. They're doing really well also. Here I've got some beautiful sunflowers that I went ahead and started. I'm hoping to get these out in the next couple weeks into spots where I want to have a lot of sunflowers popping up. Alright, so that is all of my tomatoes that I have brought out so far. I do have at least this many more in the house that are smaller and haven't quite grown enough to bring them outside. I'm not ready to harden those ones off yet, and a lot of my peppers are inside. I'm going to be bringing those out. I just need to get trays that I can carry them out and find a spot I can put them where they won't get eaten by my chickens. So let me show you my onions, how they are doing, and the carrots and the beets. I do need to come through and thin out my carrots today. They are getting, they're at the right size, so I can go ahead and thin them out so that I only have one growing per spot. That way they don't get squished together and it inhibits the growth on my carrots. So I'm definitely going to do that today as well. We got a lot planned today in the garden. Hubby and I are going to finish this fence hopefully today, as well as do some planting. I'll bring you guys along with everything that we're planning on doing today. Well, since it's going to be a busy day, I'm going to go ahead and get started on lunch/dinner right now. I picked up some boneless short ribs in town last week, and I'm going to go ahead and cook these up on the smoker today. So this is going to go for like 5 hours, so this is perfect to go ahead and start now, and then when we're ready to eat a little bit later on and we're done with everything, we're ready just to relax, these should be done. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these on the smoker right now. I just threw together a marinade, real quick marinade for it. If it turns out really good, I'll leave the recipe down in the description. If it's not that great, I'll kind of leave it out. Alright, so we just got done moving the meat birds, moving the fence line, and we have to go ahead and move the ground as well and the electric solar panel so that we can have it down there. So I've seen this trick using the TPost hammer for pulling out TPost. So I'm going to give that a try and see if it works. Alright, so the trick that I saw, they used the handle of your hammer to pull out the T-post. We will see. I don't have the upper body strength that this country boy had, but maybe. Nope. Because this way would just... Oh, it's moving.
Go down one.
Well, I'll be. As long as you have this and you have it pointing down, not up, you can actually pull out a T-post with just the hammer, and you don't have to buy a T-post puller. And this city girl was able to pull it out. Alright friends, so if you do decide to go the route of using this to pull out your T-post, one thing to note is it does ruin your handle. And that's after just one use. It makes it very scratchy, so when you're hammering it down, you can possibly cut yourself if you are not wearing gloves. So keep that in mind if you decide to use this as pulling out your T-post. I'm gonna have hubby go ahead and sand this down and repaint it just to get all the burrs off so it doesn't hurt when I am drilling in T-post from now on. All right, next project.
Slow down, mama, why you talk so mean? Good Lord, Nashville, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play?
All right friends, so we were almost done, but we need a 10-foot 2x4 to put right there, because what we have is 8-foot and it's not long enough. So we definitely need a 10-foot to finish up this one, and then we can put the fence there and the fence there once we're done. But that means we have to go into town to Lowe's and to get that wood, and we're not going to do that today because we have too much that we need to do here this morning anyhow. So that will be left for hubby's next day off. All right, let's go check on that meat. We've got it covered in foil. Temperature is 185, so we got another 20 degrees or so before it is done. All right friends, so I just took our short ribs off of the smoker. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them up. I fried up some tortillas and we're gonna make some tacos with these. Look at the smoke ring on that. It smells so good. These are good. Oh man.
That was really good.
This is gonna go perfectly in some tacos. And there we go. Boneless short rib tacos for dinner tonight. Ooh, yeah. All right friends, so I'm heading into town now. Today is a class at the extension office that I am going to every single month. It is family gardening planning, and every month they have a different topic. This month happens to be raised bed gardening, and they have a specialist coming in to talk to us about that. So I have to now head into town. We were able to have dinner early, so that way I can go into town and go to this class without worrying about dinner later on. So let's head to town right now, and I'm gonna go to that class and then we'll head back home. Real quick before heading into town, we want to stop by and make sure the meat birds had plenty of food. My father-in-law decided to put up this canopy for the chickens because he noticed a bunch of hawks circling the area. We needed something to protect the chickens, somewhere they can go if they needed to, if a hawk was trying to get them. So he put this up, which will help with shade as well. They are all currently in their box right now. It is still very hot, so, but that was a good idea. So thank you, father-in-law, for that. The chickens will much appreciate that. Now we need to head into town. All right, friends, so we just got home from the extension office, and my class, it was an awesome class. Definitely learned a lot about raised beds and the difference between a permanent and a temporary raised bed. Also, at the end of each class, they gave us some onion bunches. There's 50 in each. And these are sweet onions. So I'm super excited about these. They're called candy onions. Got 2 of those bunches. And then they also gave us 2 of these asparagus roots. So I had already gotten asparagus roots from the extension office that I purchased, but for going to the class, they gave us 2 free ones. So we got to get these in the ground tomorrow for sure. I need to find a spot where I'm going to put these onions though. I want to do it in the raised beds because I don't want to deal with the weeds. It's a lot of onions that I got to plant. So we will see what I have. I have another raised bed that I haven't planted anything in yet. So I might go ahead and put these onions in that raised bed. So we'll see tomorrow. So another thing, while I was there at the extension office, I did get to talk to Reed, who is the head of the extension office, and he is the one heading the class that we're going to be putting on for the chicken butchering workshop. I talked to him and he said that the class is almost full. There's only a few slots left, and so he didn't announce it today at the end of the class that we had, letting everybody know that they need to hurry up and sign up because there's only a limited amount of spots available. So I am really excited to hear that. That means that we are going to definitely have a good turnout for our workshop here on the homestead. But yeah, I'm really excited for that class. I'm really excited for everything that is going to be happening here in the next few months. So now for the end of the night, it is about 7:30 and it's time to go ahead and put these meat birds to bed. And then hubby and I are going to call it a night. It's a beautiful day, beautiful night. We're just going to hang out on the porch and enjoy each other's company and this awesome weather that we're having, because tomorrow storms are coming. So we're going to enjoy what we have left. It's hubby's last night off before he has to go back to work. So we're going to enjoy this night together. So let's go ahead and put these birds to bed so we can go relax.